Survival instinct. Talk about that. Everyone has it. Grandma has it. I have it. Everyone walking down the streets has it. It's not something that's talked about very much. We're all taught to meditate and all these other things, but you're kind of one of the first guys that I've seen kind of trace it back to a survival instinct. And I'm curious, what do you mean by that?
You know what, when I first had my kind of crash and burn at sometime after being in the Special Forces, I wanted to understand how the operating system worked. I couldn't understand, and I hate saying this word, but I couldn't understand why I'd gone from hero to zero in 10 years. I've become the opposite of what I was in 10 years. I could be the laziest person you can imagine, and then I could be the most energetic person you can imagine. And I thought, what's going on there? So I started to do loads of research. I actually put myself into a boot camp. I locked myself for 3 months away in a house, which was the basis for the book, Battle Ready. And over that 3 months, I focused on 3 things: mind, body, and nutrition. Now, in that time, I switched off the news, didn't buy any newspapers. That's not changed since, by the way. And I was the most important project there was. And it was so important for me to get an understanding of how we're wired, understand the operating system. People know how to use their phones better than they know how this system works. And the only education we have is our siblings, our parents, our environment, our schooling, and the intentional programming that's out there, societal programming. So really, I wanted to get to grips with that operating system, understand that survival instinct, because I've had my back against the wall a couple of times, and really understanding that is our default program. When you understand, this is, I think, is the battle, okay? This is my opinion. We have this survival instinct. That survival instinct is only interested in our evolution. It wants to keep evolving the species, etc., etc. Then you have your soul that wants to experience, wants to grow, wants to expand, wants to do all these great things. Do you think this survival instinct that wants to just evolve the species, wants me to jump out of helicopters, ride fast motorbikes, go to war zones? No, this survival instinct wants me to sit in a corner, eat food and procreate, which sounds quite interesting for some people, but you get bored of that after a while. So we're in this constant battle. If we don't observe that, if we're not aware of that, then we are, and the majority of people are on this planet, unfortunately, the laziest species on the planet, and the only one that knows it's going to die.
How do you get out of a rat race? How do you create wealth not only for yourself, but also for the generations to come after?
I am absolutely amazed with the quality of companies that we're getting exposure to.
We go on to Zoom calls with the innovators and the folks who are building new applications in metaverse, blockchain, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance.
What's going on, everybody? Thumbs up if you can see me.
We are focusing on early stage investment.
And the quality of people that we're getting exposure to, whether it be Dan Tapiero with 1RT, Jason Ma from Open, Yatsu from Animoca.
It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. It has far exceeded my expectations.
We are focusing on cutting edge technologies.
I view it now as the best investment I've ever made. The upside, I view, is unlimited.
And as a retail investor, I would never get this exposure anywhere else outside of Investment Club.
See you in the Investment Club.
So it was really important for me to get a grip on that. And this, I feel, is where so many people are trapped, because we are constantly driven towards that survival instinct, because you can be controlled when you are. And whether it's intentional or not, you can make those opinions for yourself. But the fact of the matter is, creative entrepreneurs don't help society function. When you look back, I look back on all kinds of aspects, and understanding that some time ago, the whole schooling system was designed to create factory workers. And that whole program, when you look at that, I looked into what we used to do. I got to a certain age and I just went, what is this? I just didn't understand the purpose of it at all. I was good at school, but all of a sudden I just went, I can't understand why I'm doing this. It seems a waste of my time. And when you look at it, right, the schooling system, what did we do back then? We went from 45-minute to 45-minute to 45-minute break. Then we did exactly the same thing in the afternoon. And then you get this gender argument of people saying, well, women are better at multitasking than men. Anyone that multitasks is 60% less productive, because you need to be into flow to really achieve anything spectacular in life. Any entrepreneur, any gold medalist, anyone that's done really well, they've found a passion outside of that schooling system and they've focused on it. You know, outside of school, even when they're in school, they're focused on that. They've stepped outside of the system. And you look at our traditional old way of evolution, you would have a family of blacksmiths. That whole family, with a whole line of blacksmiths, would train in that art, train in that skill. But now we've lost all of that, and we're all lost. The whole of society is lost because we've created this factory worker. People think they leave school, they never leave school. And I know I've kind of digressed a bit there because it's about the survival instinct, but the whole system is designed to keep us locked into that survival instinct. And when you're in that survival instinct, you can't create, you can't grow.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.